Star Wars news! I have some Star Wars news.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
We have some Lego leaks, which, remember The Last Jedi Lego leaks? And it made some of us come to some crazy conclusions that turned out not to be right. Yeah, just keep that in mind when you're looking at these Lego leaks for The Mandalorian and for Episode 9. Just know, things aren't always the way they seem. We had a few Mandalorian Lego leaks. This is obviously the Mandalorian's torso, so I don't feel like there's much to speculate about that. This one may be a new character or the Mando at a different point. He does upgrade his armor and weapons as the TV series goes on, so releasing multiple Lego figures with those changes is definitely a cash grab move, and very smart on their part, honestly. On Episode 9 Lego leaks, we had a few, but nothing too crazy. We had the torso and head of General Pryde, who is a new character played by Richard E. Grant in Episode 9. General Pryde has the rank of Allegiant General in the First Order, and I'm hoping he's one of the officers loyal to Palpatine still, and will jump ship as soon as possible. Or maybe he's just someone that Kylo puts over Hux, believing Hux isn't an effective leader, further leading to Hux trying to stabby death Kylo. His head being leaked was, I don't know, he's angry in one, so I'm guessing he gets pissy with Hux at some point and does some yelling about the Resistance. Lastly, we got some sexy Knights of Ren Lego leaks, which actually match their concept art for The Force Awakens pretty well, and I'm digging their look, to be honest. Yeah, I'm on board for more Knights of Ren merch, even if it's just Legos, but you know they're gonna pump out shirts and all that other stuff. Nothing against you, Lucasfilm and Disney. I just know Disney likes to make money, and pumping out a bunch of Knights of Ren stuff is going to be exactly what they do. They are gonna merchandise the hell out of them. It's better than Porgs, right? Nothing against Porgs. I'm fine with Porgs. I don't know. I didn't like any of the shirt designs with Porgs. Let's move on to The Mandalorian, which apparently had a $15 million budget per episode. Favreau said that they're already done with Season 1 and they're in pre-production for Season 2. In fact, he's currently working on writing Season 2. How awesome is that? That means Lucasfilm and Disney has so much confidence. I was gonna say Disney and Lucasfilm has so much confidence in him and his project that he's already gotten a Season 2. But then I remember someone else that Disney and Lucasfilm had a lot of faith in and were automatically giving him a trilogy. Anyways, honestly, The Mandalorian is one of my most anticipated Star Wars content coming. People keep going, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead. Bitch, the comics are awesome. The books are awesome. Yeah, the movies for the sequels have been a little Everything else, though, coming out is so good. So, Star Wars can be dead for you, that's great. Just go somewhere else so I can enjoy Star Wars and talk about all the live-action TV series and the Clone Wars season that they're going to release next year and comics and books. Star Wars can be dead to you. That's fine. We also have new shots of Sith stormtroopers, and they still look cool as shit. We also got a response, you may have watched my video how the Sith troopers make no sense, that maybe, just maybe, Episode 9 will give context to their names and explain everything, because Kylo is definitely not pro-Sith or a Sith. There was a description of the Sith troopers at San Diego Comic-Con, but was quickly replaced with other text, but the initial sign next to the Sith trooper read, "In its ultimate push towards galactic conquest, the First Order readies an army of elite troopers that draw inspiration and power from a dark and ancient legacy." So I guess Kylo is just using the legacy of the Sith to keep an iron rule on the galaxy, because according to other leaked material, Kylo is the overwhelming ruler of the galaxy by Episode 9. Also, there was an update to the Sith Stormtrooper symbol thing. So if you looked at the release images for the Sith Trooper, you noticed that there was a certain symbol with it. And then in the newest book released yesterday, the Who's Who in the Galaxy for Star Wars, it showed that was the symbol for the Sith, and it was next to all the Sith Lords. Well, guess who it wasn't next to? Kylo. So more confirmation Kylo is not a Sith and will probably not become one. On Kylo, though, Daisy Ridley said that she filmed with Adam Driver as Kylo, obviously, and that scene had her character crying. Now, Rey could be crying for a multitude of reasons while in a scene with Kylo, but I always want to jump to the worst case scenario of she has either killed Kylo or Kylo has sacrificed himself for Bendemption. And I don't know where you fall on the Bendemption theory, whether you love it or hate it. I have some issues with it, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Lastly, in episode 9, they are doing some pickups or reshoots, still not sure which it is, at Black Park, and it honestly looks like Yavin, or the Yavin Rebel Base, the Yavin Temple, which I would be down for. I'm hoping when we get the Force Flash fights, or Flash Force fights, I forgot what order we're putting this in, Disney will let us know with all their merchandising. I'm not taking shots at you, Disney, Lucasfilm, I'm sorry. You get a little greedy sometimes, but you're a company, so, you know, you gotta be that way, I guess. Anyways, I'm hoping one of those fights leads them to Yavin. Of course, we were also told the Tantive was going to be back in this episode, but not for 3, so it could happen. I lied, there's actually a little bit more episode 9 news, sorry. We're getting reports that the orange X-Wing that has been leaked for a few scenes actually belongs to Poe, so of course he gets a new toy. We also got to look at some of the Rise of Skywalker shirt merch that features Rey and the words, "Girls rule the galaxy." Kind of cringy, but this is for kids. Keep in mind we see all those shirts like, "Boys rule," and stuff like that. It's something stupid we do because we think it's cute on kids. And Kevin Smith said the last shot of Star Wars Episode 9 will melt your mind. This is because of the set that is in that shot, so given they recreated a lot of locations from other Star Wars films, I can only imagine what that'd be. Maybe the Lars homestead or Mustafar. Either would be pretty epic to me. There's about 1 million books being published this year for Star Wars. At San Diego Comic-Con, we learned that Myths and Fables book is like a Grimm's fairy tale for Star Wars, which here's a leaked sneak peek of that book. The Skywalker Saga book is a fairy tale reimagining of the films. Return to Vader's Castle is a collection of spooky stories coming out in October, and the stories are centered around Darth Maul, Ventress, Jabba the Hutt, Darth Vader, and Tarkin. It seems a bit more interesting than I originally thought, but mostly because of this line. Long ago, Grand Moff Tarkin created a monster who's now coming after him. So yeah, I'm on board with that. God knows the horrible creations of the Empire. Just don't look into High Base 1. Nightmare fuel. Oh, and we were teased that in Star Wars issue 74, Chewbacca will go up against Vader. I don't know how I feel about that. I have some opinions about how much they had the OT main cast interacting with Vader in these comics, but I'm just gonna let that go. I think the most exciting news is that Soule is writing Kylo Ren's backstory in a comic miniseries that is called The Rise of Kylo Ren. We'll see Kylo, Luke, and the Knights of Ren, and I want to know more about Ben becoming Kylo and his time with Luke, so I'm excited, but 4 issues is disappointing. I don't know. I'd rather have a whole book or something. We also got a good look at the visual dictionary for episode 9. Some things of note, they are really pushing those Sith troopers. Dio is on the cover, the little droid that likes BB-8. We see the TIE dagger, get confirmation that Jannah's bow uses energy blasts, which makes sense, not sure why people thought it would just be a normal bow and arrow, and we have a Knight of Ren on the cover. Besides that, there are a billion other books coming out leading to episode 9, and we'll get more details on that as the months go on. Oh, and we also had 2 upcoming Star Wars books leaked, which I'm okay with. They're fine, they're just nothing about these 2 books that screams, gives it to me, gots to have it now. One is Traveler's Guide to Batuu, which is just a reference guide to the planet and, ties into Disney's Edge of the Galaxy park. They're just really trying to get people invested in it. We're also getting a Galactic Explorer's Guide that will be an Atlas reference book. Both will release in November. So my problem with these books, they're updated so often. I have the Star Wars Complete Dictionary, and I swear I have a million versions of it because they constantly update it, and they take every opportunity to put out a new updated book for you to buy. And it's like, Disney, Lucasfilm, you gotta calm down. Okay, that is some Star Wars news.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.